What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Late again? Oh, I wasn't even that late. 3 minutes. Big deal, you know? 3 minutes ain't that bad, guys. Come on. All things considered, I wasn't even sure I was gonna be able to stream tonight. I mean, I probably would have be able to do it on my laptop. It's just I haven't used my laptop in a little while, so you never know, man. It could have been stuck in like update hell or something, but hey, I'm happy that my computer's working. Because earlier today it was not turning on, so. But anyway, hope everybody's doing well. Good to see you guys. Is 4.5 guaranteed Doom? Yeah, 4.5 I would say. Like, technically there's never a guarantee. if everybody decided to put up 5 million, well, that's the cutoff. But I cannot imagine Doom going for 4.5. So it's 99.9% guaranteed. I love you, Eddie. What's up, dude? How you doing, man? Become so popular, don't read my messages anymore. Oh, I just read that one. But Taylor Bost hitting that super chat button, sending over $1. Taylor, thank you very much. Last message is just hi. Sup. Alright, let's get into it, man. Let's stop wasting time, I guess. Let's do the thing. Taylor, thank you very much for the $1. You know what's coming. Stop. Thank you, dude. Oh, man. Been MIA for a few days. See, now I'm seeing all your messages. It's just some days. Everybody gets ignored, including my own wife. But hold on. Been MIA for a few days. Hope all's well. And as always, sending positive vibes your way. And hope you have a great stream. Eddie, you know I'm sending them right back at you, dude. As always, man. Dragon sent it over to Dragon, saying nobody comment tonight, too tired, long weekend. Oh, Dragon. Thank you very much. Nobody comment, why did that do that? This saddens me. You must really be exhausted. But Dragon, thank you very much for the 2. It is a holiday weekend, huh? Holiday weekend. Alright. Anywho, let me get a tweet out. Hold the thought. Hold that thought. Ripdie34 said to over 5 as well. Saying which method worked to get your computer running again. You blow on it, turn it off and on, unplugged and plugged in. I tried all of those things, and when that didn't work, I just hit the power button. And that fixed it. Rip, thank you for the 5. No, what was I gonna say? Oh no, Dragonite. No, I understood what you were saying. I might have said it wrong or something, but I understood what you were saying. Okay, so my computer, yeah, I went to go turn, like, first off, it was off, which was already a big red flag because I don't turn my computer off. I restarted it every once in a while, but, you know, I always just put it to sleep. It's always on. Wasn't waking up, and I'm like, huh, okay, interesting. Maybe we lost power. There was a bit of a storm in the area, but it didn't seem like it was that bad of a storm, but hey, you never know. Maybe we lost power. So I'm looking around at other things. Oh, my other devices still have power to them. Everything's plugged in through a a UPS. The God, why is I don't think unstoppable. It's not unstoppable. Is it uninterruptible? Maybe that's what it is. Power supply. It's just like a big battery backup for in case you lose power. You have a few minutes where you can like safely shut down your computer and stuff like that, right? So everything's plugged into that, and I even have just like a phone charger plugged into it as well. The same charger that I'm using that's connected into my phone right now. Plug that in, everything's good. There's power everywhere. So I'm like, okay, it's got to be just something wrong with my computer, right? And I've been working with computers for a long time. Never on like a professional level, but put together my own computers, troubleshoot them, replace parts, the basic consumer stuff at least. And I'm thinking, okay, it's probably ain't the end of the world. It's probably the power supply. Excuse me. If it's just not turning on at all, I'm thinking it's got to be the power supply. It's probably nothing as serious as like the motherboard or something. But after kind of screwing around and tinkering with things more, trying to figure out what the deal was, it turns out it was actually a problem with that the UPS that I was talking about. So yeah. For some reason, I guess the way it works. Oh man, this is going really into the details. Sorry guys, the tangent's almost over. The way it works, I think at least. So on the back of it, where you plug everything in, half of it is battery backed, battery backup, and the other half is just like standard surge protector type of connections. And everything apparently that was connected to the battery backup side wasn't working, whereas I didn't think there was a problem with that because everything that was just on the regular side was fine. So anyway, that's what the issue was. The issue was with it was not with my computer itself. It was with the UPS that it was plugged into. Okay, let's get a tweet out. Eternal Swarm, thank you very much for the 10. I will read that in just 1 second. I see Esmir sent over 2 as well. Let me do a tweet first before I end up not even spending any energy in a quest tonight or anything like that. Give me 1 second here, guys. Dearest at Marvel Champions. Technology is dumb. But I am dumber. That sounds too insulting to me, man. That's not actually, screw it, whatever. No. Okay. Tweet. Whatever. Okay. Eternal Swarm. Yeah, thank you again for the 10, man. Super generous of you. I'm gonna pop in a quest here as well. Saying, is Sunspot good? Unduped. Got him as my first 6-star today. Hey, that's a great first 6-star. And is it smart to save my units for the 4th of July? Yes. So the second part, easy answer. Absolutely, man. Save your units. The 2 best times of the year to spend units on special offers, 4th of July and Cyber Monday. So absolutely save your units. As for Sunspot, yeah, he's a great first 6-star to get because he does not need to be awakened. His awaken ability is just a nice little bonus, really. I was playing my Sunspot on McFabio unawakened the entire time. So I can absolutely confirm does not need to be awakened. Technically, like, it can allow you to kind of stack up damage a little bit easier if you're really trying to push the limits with Sunspot, but who needs to push the limits? Like, you don't even need to gain that many. I can't remember what they're actually called. Solar flares, is that what it is? You don't need to gain a ton of those in order to dish out really good damage, so yeah, not necessary. But dude, yeah, that's a, oh man, that's a really good pull. Don't need to give him any catalysts, just gotta get him level 25 and you're good to go. Esmir also sent over to you saying, wait, what's wrong with UPS? Yeah, wrong UPS. Can't even tell if this is a troll message and I should be booing right now, or if you got in late to the conversation. So I feel like I can't boo, but I want to. But yeah, problem was with my UPS, not the UPS. My uninterruptible power supply. Is that what it is, or is it unstoppable? Hold on. Uninterruptible. Okay, alright, that's what I thought. Uninterruptible power supply. Okay. Played too much MCOC, a little too much unstoppable, you know. But Esmir, thank you for the 2. Got a contempt, sent it over $1 as well, saying I just sat through a full ad that had 3 women wearing sportswear, making TikToks, maybe? Question mark? And putting on makeup. The whole thing ended and didn't tell me which I should buy. What gives? I don't know, dude. That sounds like a great ad. Thank you for sitting through it and supporting the stream. Without a contempt. Appreciate that, man. Okay, Fear and Loathing, NYC, sent it over 10 as well. Dude, thank you. Saying, hey, BG, I can take a 6-star to rank 2. Ooh, 6-star to rank 2, you say, huh? Let me just get out these paths real quick. Oh, jackpot, baby. Alright, let's do it. Okay, so your options are all unawakened. Nick Fury, I'd say, Captain Marvel, maybe. Guillotine 2099, maybe. Sim Supreme, maybe. Have 565 Fury already. Okay, that's, yeah, it confirms it even further. Absolutely. don't rank up that 6-star unawakened. Just keep using the 5-star. Who would you take up, or would you wait? I think you have some good options. It always gets a little bit tougher in these later game rank ups because it depends a lot on the content that you're looking to complete. You know, they all shine in their own different ways. Sim Supreme, of course, amazing for the champion boss, the end of 6.2, but you may have already done that, I'm not sure. Guillotine, I hear, I don't have experience, but I hear she's good for Flow Wars. Just a decent champ all around. And then we have Captain Marvel, who would probably pair pretty well with your Nick Fury. And I am kind of more inclined to say just the Captain Marvel, since you already have a 565 Fury. And I feel like you would have said that you had a 565 Cap Marvel if that was the case, since you included the Fury in there. So yeah, I'm kind of inclined to say Cap Marvel, but really, all 3 of those options, you know, again, don't even worry about Nick Fury. But the 3 other options, I think they're all viable. It just kind of depends on what you're looking for at the moment. And yeah, if you don't have any specific needs, then I probably would say Cap Marvel. Dude, thank you very, very much for the 10. I would update the big old D right now, except Dylan Bennett sent over 20. Dylan, man. Thank you very much. Saying, usually get shafted on calves. Decided to not spend money on them anymore, but I had 300 units to spare and rolled a single Doom Crystal and managed to bag a 6-star Doom. Oh, man. Talk about the jackpot of all jackpots right there, Dylan. Hopefully you can too, BG. I hope so, man, but wow. Think about how crazy that is, dude. 300 units. That's all it takes. 300 units for a 6-star Doom. Dude, that is seriously the mega jackpot right there, man. That's like, you ever seen that movie, Vegas Vacation? You know, with the Griswolds and all that, and Russ is like put $1 in and get a car. You know, that's what happened with you. You put 300 units in and you got a 6-star Doom. Crazy. But Dylan, dude, thank you very much for the super generous 20, man. It is very kind of you, dude. Thank you very much. Steel also sent an 05. Man, the super chats, guys. Thank you. Saying, if you're in the mood for an entertaining story, last 3, please. Duck Lover. Okay. I do love ducks. Let me see what these last 3 are. So, just finished my 8th path in Labyrinth. That's right, 8th. About a month ago. I had 4 paths to go and felt the urge to explore it. Since I don't have Aegon, ghosted all the heavy lifting. Okay. Finished path 7 and got the dreaded 99%. Happens. After cursing exuberantly, I went back in and found the missing bit, corner behind guillotine, usually the place, and got the 100%. Pulled 5-star Warlock, dude, worth it. But that's not all. Had enough shards for a 6-star basic. Already have 5-star Doom and didn't want to save for Doomsday. And well, pulled the 6-star Warlock as well. What the hell, dude? Double Warlocks? Okay. That's pretty awesome. So Guillotine 2099 to rank 5 or Warlock to rank 2, going for 100% Act 6. I would go with Warlock to rank 2. Yeah, I might. Oh man. So I don't have a ton of experience with either. I want to put that out there right now. So I could be wrong, and you might want to get a second opinion on this. But I like Warlock, man. I think Warlock is really good. I think Guillotine's also good. I think they're both viable rank 5s and all that. But yeah, I would go with Warlock. He doesn't need to be awakened. He's really useful offensively, defensively. I don't see his use really going down anytime soon. Even has good synergies and all that. So yeah, dude, I would. I'd for sure just go with Warlock in this case. But ultimately, it's up to you, man. That's some crazy luck. Steel, dude, thank you for the 5. Dude, if I could. That's all it took to get good pulls, man. I'm about to hop in the Labyrinth right now before I open up my next crystal. Actually, maybe I'll do that. Maybe that's when I'll go through with Venom the Duck before I pop open my 6-star Nexus. Tom sending over Buck as well. Tom, thank you very much. Saying, BG, who to rank 5? Warlock Sig 90 or Cat Beardo Sig 120? Going to start 6.1. Yeah, I would. I would again go with Warlock, I think. I'm trying to think about 6.1 specifically. About which one would be better. Yeah, I would say Warlock. I'd say Warlock. Because you could use Warlock for that Crossbones boss. There's other fights where the opponents heal and everything. Yeah. They're both great champions, but Beardo is usable at rank 4. I mean, they're both usable at rank 4, but you know, for the fights that you need to use Beardo, you can just use him at rank 4, and that'll be fine. And personally, I think I'd rather have the Warlock ranked up. So, that's what I would do. Tom, thank you again. Man, thank you, everybody. That was a crazy amount of super chats. Holy moly. Thank you, guys. Is that a Taters in here? What's up, BG Taters? What's going on, man? How you doing? What the fudge is up, Bri Guy? What up, J Divine? Let it be known that blowing candles out with a straw is effing fun. Oh man, that does sound fun, actually. I'm not even kidding. BG, it's rank up event. Get it on. Oh, is it rank up? I didn't check today. Oh yes, science advancement. Okay, well I'm not gonna be ranking up any science champs. It's happening, guys. The duck. It's duck day. By the way, so because I had the computer issues today, I couldn't do the incursion stream, but we're back on for tomorrow. So sorry to everybody that wanted to see some incursions today, but tomorrow I'm gonna hop in there, and I'm pretty sure I'm taking Mr. Ducksworth for the ride. So should be a good time, man. I'm really pumped for it, actually. I was so sad today, dude. Super sad, of course, because well, anytime you have computer issues, like you don't know what you're in for. It could be like $80 repair or build a new system repair. But I was also sad because I was actually looking forward to doing the incursions. So Jay, what's up, dude? Jason sending over 5 saying, hey, bud, hope you're doing well. 1, C was back at For Loki. I heard about it. 2, can you teach me Red Guardian? You know, I don't think I can. Jay, I don't know if you're aware of this channel though, because he's not. I would say he's not one of the more the more well-known channels, but he should be. I don't know if Karate Mike is in here right now, but Karate Mike makes some really good videos, and he made a couple for Red Guardian, and he's into Red Guardian. Like he likes him and all that, so that's the best place to learn. If I still had him, I would play with him a little bit and explain his abilities and stuff, but I don't have him anymore, so yeah. And then of course the video on the official MCOC page too, but yeah. I prefer Kung Fu, Mike. Fair. Oh man. But dude, Jay, thank you for the 5. I'll be honest with you about part 1. I don't. It does make me want to rejoin that much more. Like, oh man, I have such mixed feelings at times. Where sometimes I just want to be like, all right, you know what? F it all, man. I'm gonna go more hardcore than ever. Like, I think it'd be really fun and all that, and then I'm like, but other things have to do. What do I do? Oh man. All right. Anyway, lot of taters, dude. You said there were 25. Saying, why does Red Guardian look like he's 5 feet tall in the pre-fight screen? Good question, man. If you ask him about his height, though, he will club you. Like, it doesn't look like he's holding a club, but behind his shield, it is a club, and he does want to just right on the head. So, I wouldn't mention it to him, taters, because he's pretty sensitive about that thing, dude. A lot of people are pretty sensitive about their height and all that, so careful, man. I'd be careful. Taters, dude, thank you for the super generous 25, man. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go hit the arena a bit. So I'm leaving Suicide Masteries off once again, unbelievably. After tomorrow, the Suicides, they go back on, finally. I cannot believe that it's been this long, but hopefully it'll all be worth it. Hopefully we actually have a good Dungeons run tomorrow. What do you think of the Warlock synergy that grants 60% attack to any teammate whenever they're immune to a debuff? Seems like it could be really powerful for certain champs like Emma. Wait, is it any? Hold on, let me look up Warlock. And before I do that, Dragon sent over another 5 as well. Dragon saying, remember that science rank up question I asked you? Decided to rank 4 Quake and rank 4 Torch. Okay. Rank 5 will wait for now because I'm indecisive. That's totally fair. Alright, Dragon. That sounds good. That sounds like some good rank up decisions right there. Good stuff. Congrats on the rank ups, and thank you very much for the 5. Dude, Jay sent it over another 20 saying, just want to be next to taters. Oh, I hear that, man. I still miss being next to taters at Comic-Con. Him and his adorable smile. I don't even know where I'm going with this. But dude, Jay, thank you so much, man. All right, let's take a look at this Warlock synergy, because I thought it was just for robots. Whenever any teammate, wow, it's not. Whenever any teammate dude, is that right? Hold on. Like, my mind is a little bit blown right now. Like, I'm looking this up in game. Just, I don't know. There's no reason not to trust Aunt May. But, that's crazy. Whenever any teammate would receive a debuff they are immune to, they gain a Fury buff, increasing attack rating by 60% for 6 seconds. I don't think I knew that. I thought it was just for these robots. Is it really any champion? That's crazy, man. This isn't a new thing, or was there some sort of update? Like, my mind is actually blown right now. I don't know if it's just my poor memory or what, but this seems really, really strong. Like, you have to put one of these other robots on the team with Warlock, which does give a lot more value to Vision, I would say, because I've been kind of dogging him recently, saying like, well, he's not a terrible champion, but he's nowhere near as effective as he used to be. But if I could kind of bring him along, and that seems pretty good. Oh, he's been any champion. That's crazy, man. I don't think I knew that. Huh. Alright, I don't even know where to begin to, like, think about using this synergy. It might still be a little bit difficult to use, but the first thing that I think of is it's a Fury buff, which means certain champions have extended durations on their buffs or ways to increase the durations, and maybe combining that somehow. I don't know, but that is pretty crazy, man. Okay, I'm gonna hop in the arena, but yeah, definitely something to think about in the future. Well, I guess first I have to get Warlock, but Fear doesn't stack from it. I want to say, but forget from when testing. Yeah, it makes sense that it wouldn't stack with it. Ooh, Claire? Yeah. Claire would be sick. Huh. But yeah, Michael, I don't even know. I mean, you mentioned Emma in your comment. I mean, Emma, yeah, I could see that being pretty good too. Alright, Tom sending over 2 of them New Zealand bucks, saying last 2 dingo. Okay. Last 2. Where are your last 2? BG, what do you call a woman that's great at fishing? A net. Oh, Tom. It started off so good. We made it 28. I think that's the first joke in 28 minutes. Why? Let's just do a little bit of basic arena. Boo. Boo. Okay, and then when I run the Warlock Fury synergy with rank 5 hype, that could be pretty interesting. Hype is, I mean, of course it would make him better, but hype's only immune to poison. There's not that many different poison effects in the game, and he already has ways to increase his attack, so I'm not sure exactly how much it benefits him. The always like the biggest benefits, like the first thing that immediately comes to mind is trying to figure out like who's lacking a way to modify their attack that would really benefit from it. Or if they modify their attack, maybe they don't modify it by a ton, like Man-Thing. So, like, man, there's got to be some crazy combinations out there. I do think Emma is one of those champions too that could really benefit from it. Alright, come on. Oh, I forgot. It's the start of this arena, basically. Why am I trying to bait specials? This is not going to work. Let's just fight it. Tom, thank you for the 2, though. Steals. Yeah, I did over $1 as well. BG, you can have my 5-star Warlock? Cool. Since I got the 6-star, 5-star, it's just arena fodder. You son of a... God, dude, I really do want Warlock, man. I would be so psyched to get a Warlock. That dude would get ranked up pretty quick, I think. 15 steel, thank you for the bug. Use Warlock plus OGV plus guillotine 2099 to do 6.2 Sinister on a second account, and it was nearly itemless paths. Yeah, man, that sounds pretty damn good. I remember that like the paths in that quest aren't even that bad, so yeah, as long as you have like a really strong counter to the boss, that quest seems pretty manageable. 6 down. Do suicides affect this? Yes, because hype would hit real hard at the beginning of the fight. Like the way it works is basically. Oh, never mind. I see what you're saying. Excuse me. I misunderstood. But yeah, it should. I think at least. I think there actually wasn't there like a bug where it wasn't doing that and then they fixed it or something. If I remember correctly. Been gone from the stream all week and you're still on a tangent, Pixie Bell. There's no stopping it. I can't. At this point, there's no stopping it. Sadly, each Fury doesn't stack, but it does refresh. Okay. That sounds reasonable enough. I mean, if they stacked, you can get into some nutty situations. If I had a 5-star Warlock, I tried out in Act 6. I have rank 5 Vision, Colossus. Oh, Colossus, too. He does gain a bunch of attack already, but... Alright, anyway. Rank 2 Emma would like to try it on things like Gas, Biohazard, Encroaching Stun, and Caustic Temper. Yeah! Oh, so Biohazard and, what's the other one, too? Freezer Burn? I think that's what it's called, right? There's a lot of situations where you could probably take advantage of something like that. I mean, it probably just works really well just for Warlock, right? Because I don't think Warlock... I don't remember all of his abilities, but I think he lacks a way to naturally boost his attack. I'm kind of going through his abilities right now. Yeah, I don't think he has a way to naturally increase it. I'm just kind of skimming it though, so I might have missed it. It's got all that other kind of utility and stuff. Warlock's so cool, man. God. We need more champions on the coolness level of Warlock visually. I mean, visually we have a lot of cool looking champs, but something about him is pretty awesome. And then of course ability-wise. BG, that synergy would be good for Red Guardian because doesn't he shrug off buffs or immune to buffs? No, he's immune to buffs, yeah, but the synergy works when you're immune to debuffs. And he really doesn't have debuff immunities. He's all about the buff immunities. So for Red Guardian, it wouldn't really do much. Dude, uploaded my first Magic the Gathering video. Hobbit, did you? Super fun. Feels good to feel excited about something a little different. Nice, man. Hobbit, that's pretty cool, dude. Does that synergy stack Fury with Heimdall synergies? Yeah, it should. That would take up like your entire team, though. Might be tough to squeeze all that into the same team. BG, now since Scene is back in the CCP, does that mean the the second fight is off? No. It's on more than ever. He kicked me out of his basement and then just walks right back into the CCP. Alright, let me ask you guys something. Who leaves the CCP and goes back to it? Who would do such a thing? Or wait, should I? Oh man, I messed up. I should have said I'm mad because he's copying me. Because I left and went back first. That's why the beef is on. That's why the fight's still on. Jay Metz, send it over buck. Jay, thank you, dude. Saying BG indecisive rank up dilemma for rank 5, number 19, Void or Colossus. Oh boy, Jay. Who's more useful, 6.2 and 6.3 in mind? Dude, I think I used both those champs pretty equally. Void and Colossus. I probably use Void a little bit more just because, well, one, I didn't have Colossus until like the end of 6.2. And that's, you know, 6.3 was already done. But I did use him a bunch in 6.4. But even still, I might have ended up using Void a bit more. But I really like Void. Both of them are so strong, though. Like, I'm not sure which one is going to be more helpful to you. All I can tell you is that they're both going to be very helpful. I guess I would maybe lean towards Colossus a bit more. Just because increasing his stats might be slightly more beneficial than increasing Voids. But it's so hard to say. Like, it would depend on your other rank ups too. It would depend on the other champions that you have in the Mutant and Science class and stuff like that. As for how much you're going to be using these other champions and, you know, how much of an impact they're going to have. So, dude, that's a tough call, man. They're both amazing though, and your goal should be to rank both of them up eventually. So, I don't think it's a decision that's worth like really stressing, and either wait on the rank up until you're come across a path where like you really need one of them, or just pick one and call it a day, move on, you know. 6.1 and 6.4 are already done. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I do kind of lean a little bit towards Colossus, just because, like I said, as much as I love Void, Colossus could probably use the stats a little bit more. I don't know. But really tough call. Good luck with your decision, dude. I wish I could help you more. Thank you very much for the buck. Lakers Bodyguards, set it over $1.50 with a slice of cake. Lakers Bodyguard, thank you very much. Syrian. What are you saying? Where's your last one? Hold on. Why am I not finding it? Aha, there we go. Bromance is strong on this one. Or wait, was it this one? Tangents don't count as other things to do, BG. Back to Loki you go, sir. Wow. Was that the last one though? The Bromance strong on this one? Is that in what was that in regards to? That was too long ago for it to be about the C and CCP thing or whatever. Oh man, I'm actually falling behind on these days here. Gonna have to play more arena to accidentally run to these guys. Or, oh, maybe you were just talking about Taters and Jay? Possibly. Sub Buttercup. Sup, Super Dirty Pickle. Lakers Bodyguard sending over another $1.50 with a banana this time. Was there even another comment? I'm so lost, Lakers Bodyguard. Damn it, dude. You know I have a simple brain. I need it spelt out for me sometimes. There's no other message. But I will put that banana in with the slice of cake and say thank you very much. Thank you, dude. BG, how does the Corvus timeout method work? It's pretty simple. Was that? Oh, wait. Oh, again, a title from that one? Okay, anyway. It's pretty simple. The timeout method, you basically can go into a fight with 1 health remaining. I mean, you don't have to start with 1 health, but As long as you have 1 health, right? You go into a fight, you dump your charges, which usually doesn't take very long between hitting the opponent or possibly getting hit. And then when you run out of charges, you just hit pause. And when the other 2.5 minutes goes by, then you just, the game times you out, and then you go back in with 1 health again. And you could just do that an infinite number of times, and you win the game. BG, I got the 2 red Guardian crystals from the store the other day, and the next day I opened them and pulled a 5-star red cap. So, can you tell me why you don't really like them? Please, good sir. Thank you. Got it, sure, man. Yeah. So, I think the champion overall would have been fine. I tried to, you know, so there's like there's always like feedback that we leave for the devs when we try out these new champions, and I always try to leave some feedback. It usually doesn't amount to changes because they have pretty deliberate reasons why they make the characters the way they make them. But the one big thing that I do not like about Red Guardian is this. Okay, so the whole way that you play Red Guardian, you're like building up these what are they called? Is it just the Blade of Shields? The durability, there we go. You're building up these durability stacks, right? And then you can consume them. You don't have to consume them, but you can consume them to dish out extra damage in the form of a trauma debuff. You basically fracture the Blade of Shield, puts a trauma debuff on the opponent, and then each hit deals an additional 70% of the damage as a burst of physical damage. So think about like Red Hulk when you have the heat charges. If you think about Red Hulk's normal damage, it's kind of weak, but then when you get the heat charges built up, it's like, whoa, okay, this guy actually, the damage is pretty good. Maybe he's not top of the list, but, you know, it's certainly good enough, right? Feels good to play him. And it's the same way with Red Guardian. His damage without the trauma is not very good. It's not terrible if you're running the Suicide Masteries and you use a special 3, which increases crit damage rating, but without Suicide Masteries, which, by the way, not a suicide-friendly champion at all. No immunities or anything like that, and typically you do at least want to use a special 1 in the fight to apply slow, 1 time at least. But anyway, the way that you get the damage out is the special 2, and the special 2, what it does is it shatters your Blade of Shields, consumes all your durabilities, and it even increases the duration of the debuffs caused by this by 100%. So that 3 seconds turns to 6 seconds, and it's also increased by the Awaken ability, and I tested him at SIG 200, so the absolute maximum duration that you could possibly get on the trauma from this guy, and it's just not long enough. It's in some fights, you know, you walk into Realm of Legends and you do a test fight, and even there it's kind of difficult to keep it up, but you can actually do it. When you get into like the crazier fights out there and stuff, it's so unrealistic. The extreme short duration on it, it's just not satisfying to play. Like it actually, like you can't just relax and play the game you normally would with another champion. You know, even if you are already kind of, you know, clenching if you're going up against a tough fight and stuff like that. Still, the fight is like more within your control, the way that you play your character and stuff. And with the trauma having such a short duration, it's like, no, all you're doing is constantly working to keep the trauma up. So one of the ways you keep it up is with the heavy attack too, right? So you constantly have to be setting up these heavy attacks. And if you think about other champions that can apply heavies, yeah, with champions like Colossus or Archangel, you're also setting up these heavy attacks. There's plenty of champions that you're setting up these heavies. But it's not like if you miss time even for a second, or the enemy takes just a tiny bit longer to throw their special, or if they have a longer animation on their special, all these things just totally make that ability, like, just throw it out the window. So yeah, that's why I don't like them. If they extended the duration on the trauma, then I think he'd be a great champion. But like the way it is right now, even if they added like 1 or 2 seconds, I don't even know if that would be enough. Maybe it would, just because it does get multiplied by those other things. But like, I feel like they would have to double the duration or something like that, which it seems they want him to be a more of a unique utility option that just doesn't gain buff. Doesn't gain buffs, but doesn't have damage, which I don't understand, because it's not like he's going to be totally breaking the game open if he was able to, because you still have to set it up. Is the thing, like, there's champions that have this damage just like right out of the gate, and then there's other champions that they take a specific playstyle and time to set it up, and refusing to allow that setup to actually be worth the time and effort just means I'm just going to go play another champion. So, hope that explains it. I was going to make a video talking about all that stuff, but I really didn't want to sound so negative again in a video, especially if other people liked the way he was, so I just never made the video. BJ, looks like a brand new website you recently found. Oh, which you're talking about? Bulkcorn.com? Is that? Oh, okay, actually, don't even. Please don't go to the website. I have no idea if that's an actual website or if that's possibly a bad website. But yeah, this website's great. I think it was just made today, if I'm not mistaken. Aunt May. It's really good. It has all these other tools and everything. It's pretty sick. BJ, I was just thinking, if you ever started a business that had a brick and mortar location, would you also slap your first customer every day? We need answers. Yeah, of course. Dude, think I'm not gonna slap people? Disrespectful. Of course. BG, doesn't the timeout method work on all champs? Doesn't timeout just half the health? Yeah, timeout does work on all champions. The reason why it's used with Corvus is because you can't kill him until you remove his glaives. So you can go in with 1 health remaining and eat a full combo. Well, is it a full combo because you have 20 charges, 5-hit combo? Either way, you can make mistakes and survive, and then just sit there and time out. So sometimes what happens is players will go into a fight, mess up, pause, and then just wait 3 minutes to try again. But yeah, all champions technically are able to do it. BG, I heard today that Dubai don't even air the Flintstones, but Abu Dhabi do. I think I said, did I say Abu? I'm going to say Adu. D instead of B. Tom, boo. It would only work if you did the noise and everything, and I would pay to see it happen. No, I would get arrested. Are you kidding me? Oh, you're interested in a new car stereo. Well, come with me. But first, like, no, dude. This wind up, hard to sell. BG, how would Kabam actually fix the timeout method, though? I don't know. It's up to them to kind of decide. There's a bunch of different ways that they could do it. They could remove the timers altogether, but that introduces different problems. But yeah. I just hope they do what they say and tone down some of the nodes. Because some, you know, this is a way that some people are using to get through some of the craziest things, like can't stop, won't stop. But it's effectively a way to never die if you're patient enough. Just got my first rank 5 4-star today. It was Venom the Duck because he's fun to play and has a lot of sustainability. Ooh, okay, nice, man. Good stuff. About to rank up. Excuse me, man, why am I so burpy tonight? About to rank up my Venom the Duck, though. It's awesome, man. Congrats. DJ, I thought you already had a brick and mortar where you sold your bald caps. No, online only. Dude, we had to shut down our physical locations a long time ago. Wasn't even related to economy or anything like that, because business is great. The bald cap market is up like 400% right now, especially with the new masks that we're making and everything. It's really good. But you know, we had a lot of people that would, like, because they're so valuable, it created a situation where our stores were often getting robbed. Or we had to set them up like jewelry stores, basically, and it just wasn't the type of experience that we wanted as bald cap manufacturers to provide. So we went to an online-only method. Surprise, surprise, Pickles didn't say hello back. What is going on? Is there beef? Is the beef continuing or increasing, or the Hunter pickle beef? BG, since you are the go-to man for Man-Thing, do you think a 6-star rank 1 can defeat 6.5 X-Bones, or would he be able to out-damage the regen? Hard to say. Part of what fuels Man-Thing's damage so well is Mystic Dispersion, and Mystic Dispersion essentially doesn't work in that fight because of the unique way that you gain power. So his damage output would be lower, and then it would be further reduced because Crossbones can shrug off debuffs. It's not a 100% chance, but he does have the ability to shrug off debuffs. So he could. If I had to guess, I would say yeah, he could probably do it, but I really don't know. God, why did they change that thing with Cable and not being able to evade the tail end of it anymore the way we used to? That was a really crappy change that they made. I want them to revert that one, man. I just realized, Lakers Bodyguard, did you ever explain your food super chats? Nope. No other messages. Well, thank you, Lakers Bodyguard. Yuki sending over 3 of them Polish bucks. Yuki, thank you very much. Whoops. Why did that come up? If you heard a Windows ding, don't worry. Don't check your computers. That was me. Yuki saying, Brian, what do you think about the upcoming AQ and AW changes? So some of them I like, some of them I don't like. Ultimately, I think it's really, really important to keep in mind that these changes were not as a result of recent talks. These were changes that were planned way in advance. So yeah, like, with that in mind, I think for the most part they're like good. Like the changes to AQ. Well, okay, so it's kind of complicated. Let's just start from the top, shall we? It's gonna be a little bit of a tangent, people. So the ticket thing I think is good, with the exception of it messes with people who run different levels of maps in their alliance. It's something that hopefully Kabam will correct. There's some free weeks right now, so it's not going to mess people up for the next 2 rounds of AQ at least. And the hope is that by bringing this to their attention, that it messes with those alliances, that they can come up with a solution. And then, as long as they're able to do that, then I think the ticket change is a great thing, because people using bots, using botted resources, because that's what you're doing. If you're, I've no doubts that there's some people in here that have taken advantage of other people loading in resources for them. And what happens is those are botted resources, or worse, potentially. And that has a pretty big impact on the data that Kabam has, and actually increases the cost for everybody, because Kabam's like, oh, people can afford it, that we don't need to lower the prices. But if they realize, oh no, it's an unrealistic amount to pay it again for these maps, then I think the map cost would be lower. Not only that, but it actually takes away rewards from players who are grinding the arenas without botting. So these bots are actually taking other players' rewards. So yeah, I think that since you're no longer going to be able to load in these resources, and because it's a little bit too risky to bot on your own account for most people, they would say at least, it's going to help that problem. It's going to be a huge deterrent for that. So I think that's a great change. Again, as long as they fix it so that it doesn't mess up people who run, like, let's say one group of map 7, one group of map 6, one group of map 5. Like those groups are totally effed at the moment in terms of like the cost change. But again, it's already been brought to Kabam's attention. Hopefully they fix it. Alright, I'm going to pause the tangent for just a second. We'll get back to some of the other changes, because it's going to take a long time to go through them all. Super Dirty Pickle said it over Buck, saying, ran my second path against Grandmaster earlier, soloed the entire Cosmic Path with Claire. Nice, dude. Then beat the... Then he beat the poop out of me. Nice to get back in there, though. I need some work. Should have practiced on the beta. Super Dirty Pickle, thank you for the buck, man. Man, I found the paths to be way harder than the Grandmaster, but seems like it's the opposite for you. It seems like you crushed that path. And then the Grandmaster, he did things to you. But nice, man. Keep it up. 2 down, 4 to go. What's up, Last Arian? Hey, BG. Earlier, the 7-year-old announced he's going to do his chore and empty out the dishwasher with the same tone and tenor as if he's off to war. I mean, dude, it's the war of the dishes right there, man. Oh, man. I can see it. That's how I am. Simon sent it over to saying APG has screwed up and entered a Red Rift, the 2-star team used for the Red Room quest. I sent a ticket, but not sure if I should just stay put or exit out. Anyone else done this idiot move? Cheers. I know other people have done that move. I don't know what the results are, though, so you're not alone, but yeah, other people are going to have to comment if Kabam helped them out or not. Because I'm not sure. I'd recommend staying put, because normally, like, if you start to move and then, like, try the quest and fail, they'll be like, oh, well, you already tried. It's, you know, don't ticket us now kind of thing. But maybe someone else can comment on that. But Simon, thank you very much for the 2. Chris also said over Bucks, and I'm extremely against the increasing cost for the tickets with each resource. Well, it ends up being cheaper than it used to be. Map 7 is the cost is down by about 15% in total if you spread things out. I do think it's annoying how the cost increases too. I wish it was just a static cost. So I hear you on that, man. I think the increasing cost it adds a level of complexity that is unnecessary for a cost like that, but that's what they went with. But yeah, the total cost is down at least. Okay, other things about the update. Well, they announced the BIS rewards are getting increased. No clue what they're getting increased to. But of course, like, cool. Maybe I'll be more inclined to hop in there and actually do the content instead of just kind of sitting around and waiting. But we'll see. What else? Okay, the Alliance War, the defensive tactics, now including offensive bonuses. Really hard to see, to try to look into the future and see how this is going to play out. But you guys already know how I feel about war, so on a personal level, I'm probably not going to be, it's probably not going to be the change that gets me, like, real pumped about war. But we'll see. Don't want to judge something too early, you know. What else is in the update? I gotta be forgetting something. Oh my god, get out of my face. Passive AI garbage. Thanos is saying, Simon, sorry if you've gotten the answer, but I did the same thing. I exited the path before they responded. They gave me back the rift detector, but said they'll only do that one time per account. Okay. Well, that's good news, at least. I don't want attack bonuses or nada. I just want flow gone completely. Not nerfed, not altered, not slightly situated, but gone. I mean, that's how a lot of people a lot of people feel that way about the what's it called? The defensive tactics, just period. You know, I think here's what I think. Like, I think war. It's just so tough that it's 10 versus 10. Because I don't know for sure, but I feel like it might make things like a bit more time consuming, like especially on the officers trying to figure out like which champions everybody has and stuff. Oh, well, that was one of the things too, though. You're now going to be able to like have a way in game to show which champions you have. So that's really cool. But yeah, like, I don't know, man. That I think is probably the coolest thing that they're doing. But who would a great send it over, Buck? Saying, sup BG, just joining stream, hope everything is well. What's next for your journey MCOC? Enjoy your streams where you're doing content. Who would a great. Thank you for the buck. Well, what's next for me is I'm kind of waiting on 4th of July. And I need to save up 15 units, which I almost have. But I want to save up 15 units to make sure that I can get the 4th of July offers. And then from there, probably start planning out my journey into the Abyss. Which I don't know how it's going to look yet, but like I haven't even started planning it yet. And after that, I'll see like, okay, do I have Aegon? If yes, okay, that makes things pretty simple. I'm going to use Aegon for a lot of the fights and bring in some other specialty champions. If I don't have Aegon, okay, figure out plan B and what that looks like and which champions I'll be going in with. And yeah, that's probably going to be... it's probably going to be... 15 units? Did I say 15 units? My bad. I meant 15k units. Whoops. BG, you're thinking of playing The Last of Us 2 coming out next month? No, I'm not into The Last of Us. I think I actually played like the first, I don't know, maybe half an hour of the first one. Maybe half an hour is too much. Maybe it only lasted like 10 minutes or 15 minutes or something like that. I think it was my brother just wanted to kind of show me the game because had like a cool intro to it and stuff like that. But no, not my type of game. Save 15 units for the 4th? Dude, I'll give you 20. Oh, man, that's, talk about an offer I can't refuse, you know what I mean? Can you teach how to parry? Well, the best... There's a really good resource for that. It's a video called How to Parry Like a Ninja. Just type that into YouTube. It's on the Dork Lessons channel. And breaks it down with great visuals and all that. Recommend watching that video. BG, thoughts on champion nerf? Thoughts on champion nerf? Which champion nerf? Kabam, thank you for reporting to us, bringing only 2 stars. Curious with the champions to the Red Rift epic difficulty. I understand this was not your intention to do it. Do my best to help. To know that we may only reverse an accidental opening of a Red Rift once per account, and only if you have not taken any steps or movements in the map node based on the quest history. Okay. That's part 3 and 4 of that message too, but okay, that sounds pretty good. Some interesting perspective. The path was 30% reduction in wounded time. Didn't really concern me at the time. This is actually a ton of lost damage. Yes, I agree. I then recall that 30% is also the Spore time boost for Omega Red, and the benefits of that are very clear. Curious how, in this context, it seemed insignificant to me. Well, you're not alone in that, Super Dirty Pickle, because I think I felt the same way. Oh, dude, you just send over $2? A double dose of relapse for you? Oh, I was already on top of it, but thank you very much for the 2. You're not alone in thinking that way, dude. Like, it doesn't change the fundamentals of the fight. With the Saberman synergy, that is, yeah, I know what you're saying. But it doesn't change the fundamentals of the fight. You're still doing the exact same thing. You just have less time to get those attacks in, so you just have to do each process a little bit more. So it definitely feels significant when you're in there, but at the end of the day, like, it's still the same fight, which is basically how they all are. They're all, no matter what path you go down, it's all the same fight. But yeah, I found that one to be one of the most annoying, I would say. I would have to look at them all again to like rank them in terms of annoyingness. But I would say that was definitely up there, if not the like the most difficult, then it was certainly in the top end of difficulty added to that fight, just because of the extra time they need to spend. I did that one, I think it was my second path or something too. I think it would have been helpful if I had a better understanding of the fight before taking that path, just so that like I wouldn't mess up as much going through all those additional jumping through all those additional hoops that he has set up, But Corey sending over Buck as well. Corey, thank you very much. Saying, BG, I have a 565 Doom, and I just pulled Surfer. My question is, what's the 3-star Stark Spidey cutoff? Wow, Corey, thank you very much. The 3-star Stark Spidey cutoff will only be revealed to you if you sell that 565 Doom. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. That's just how it is, man. Blame kabam, you know what I mean? But the second that you sell that 565 Doom, all will be revealed. But first, before you're even allowed to sell 5 stars in this game, you have to achieve Inner Peace. And that's the only way that that option even unlocks. So, It's actually really tough to get the 3-star Stark Spidey Cutoff. Corey, thank you for the buck. Simon sending over another 2. Simon, thank you, man. Saying this community is awesome. Agreed. Thanks to everyone who replied, especially Thanos. I literally got a reply from Kabam right now telling me to exit the quest and then let them know I've exited so they can refund the detector. Heads up for anyone else. Cheers. Oh, perfect, man. Awesome, dude. Good stuff, man. Dude, thank you again for the for another 2. Appreciate it, man. Shout out to everyone that offered assistance, especially Thanos, like you said. Enzo, what's up, man? Sending over 25, saying good morning, BG. I want to join my 4 Loki brothers on the wall, please, with a couple of Gunthers in there too. Ooh, Enzo. I'm afraid no can do. No, I'm just kidding. Enzo, with pleasure, man. Got a 4 Loki wall up there. Enzo, thank you, dude. Look at that. It fits perfectly, too. The 5, I think, is the hair. A hair of it is cut off, but we're not going to worry about that. Enzo, thank you, man. Really appreciate that. Yo, BG, who should I awaken? 5-star Hype or Medusa with my Cosmic Gem? Ooh, this is always a tough one. So, let me give you the breakdown. I think Medusa needs the awakening more because... And don't... This ain't the end of the answer, but I think Medusa needs the awakening more because she just gains more from it. She gains her Furies, which essentially, like, doubles her damage having those. Along with some auto block chance, but really it's the Furies. Like, they don't even scale, so you just need Sig level 1 and you have access to the triple Furies. Which not only are needed to increase her damage, but are also needed for things like Caustic Temper, Buffed Up, possibly some other situations as well. So it's really useful to awaken Medusa, but with that said, I find myself using Hyperion way more than I use Medusa. Just kind of the way it is in higher level content, it just feels easier to use. Hyperion feels more effective, especially for some of these really difficult nodes. So that's why this decision is such a tricky one. I still kind of favor Medusa for the reasons that I mentioned, even though I feel like Hype is stronger. And if you... Let's say you could only rank up one of these champions for right now, and for like for the foreseeable future, you could only take one of these champions up. Then maybe I would just go all in on Hype, and just say, well, get Medusa later or something like that. But let's say you already have both the champions ranked up, then I'm a little bit more inclined to say just give the Awakening to Medusa because she needs it more. It's tough, man, and combined with all the things I just mentioned, of course, your personal preference should be accounted for as well. Where if you just are personally, gravitate more towards one of these champions, then you could just awaken that one, and it's not like you're gonna go wrong either way. But yeah, Thanos, dude, Thanos sent an over 5. Thanos, thank you, man. Saying if only they were as thankful for me balancing the universe. Wow. If only, dude. I, for one, welcome the balance. As long as you don't turn me into dust or any of my loved ones or anyone that I know. But as long as that happens. Thanos, thank you for the 5, dude. BG, do you think Kabam will make it that timeout equals KO? Possibly. Like timeout under a certain percentage? Possibly. I don't know what they're gonna do. They could increase the time so that it's not likely that you naturally time out, and that if you do time out, it is much more likely that it's a pause and wait kind of situation. But who knows? I don't think they've talked about the different ideas they've had for it. As far as I'm aware, at least. Oh my god, dude. For some reason, my glasses are digging so hard into my nose tonight. Maybe spent too much time wearing glasses. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what Kabam's gonna do, but they're likely gonna do something. Or maybe they won't even. Maybe they won't even do anything. Who knows? PG, if you had to lip sync one song on TikTok, which song would it be? Probably Love Shack. Or the Barbie Girl song. Or the actually no, it'd probably be this song. I don't know how this is gonna work, but no, actually I can't do it. I want to shout. I want to do the Day-O song. I was gonna take my headset off so that it wouldn't be so loud to you guys, but I'm in an apartment building. I don't want to. It's after 11 o'clock at night. I don't want to be shouting and have all the neighbors be like, "Who the hell's singing about bananas at this hour, man?" Or the Christmas song that I like to sing sometimes. I'm dreaming of a white from Home Alone. Ooh, another one completed. If I still had the stones, I'd remove TikTok from this reality. Wow. I've never used it, but hey man, people like it, you know? BGE, have you ever tried baked yam? It's delicious. Stop yammering and start eating it. I'm rooting for you. Boo. Sinister strawberry, not like this. Boo. BG, my account got suspended for a week for no reason. Did you send in a support ticket? I've heard of that happening occasionally. I don't think it happens frequently, but try sending in support tickets. Do you play on emulator? I know some people think you can't get in trouble for playing on an emulator, but yeah, they kind of frown upon that. It's the only thing I can think of. Otherwise, just send in a support ticket, see what happens. Maybe they can help you, maybe they can't. BG, do you think I should get a mutant gem in the rifts for Colossus or a skill gem just to save for Aegon or Nick Fury in future? Man, that's a tough one. I think I would probably just go for the Awakening for Colossus since you don't know when you're going to pull those champions. It could literally be in your next crystal and you could be kicking yourself for not getting a skill gem. So you could, you know, you could maybe try to delay doing those rifts if you're close to opening up another crystal. But you never know, man. You could be waiting for those champions for a year, and by that point have other opportunities to get gems. So I would just awaken the champion they have now. If I remember correctly, there was around 100 hit difference against Winter Soldier between Hype Unawakened versus Awakened. That's a lot of hits. I mean, there's certainly a difference, but you can, like, I don't know, that fight's a little bit different than the average fight. Oh my god, really? Son of a... I just got wrecked by a giant potato. Okay. Yash sent it over 40 rupees. Yash, thank you very much. Saying, BG, remember me, my love? Don't tell Laura. Shh. Yash. Again, man. She's right out there. She can hear me when I read your message. But thank you for the 40 rupees, man. Hello, late to the party, Apu Das. What's up, man? We Dem Boys set it over 5. Thank you, dude. Saying, after getting infinite streak in 4-star basic, can use 4-star rank 2s. I don't want to ruin my streak to find out. I believe so. It's been a long time since I tried it. If anyone can confirm. But I believe so. I think 4-star rank 2s are fine. But I definitely want someone else to confirm that if possible. What? Tom, don't spam and use my name. Wow. Rank 3 for 4-star. Is it rank 3 for 4-star? I could have sworn it was rank 2 in the 4-star basic. I would test it out right now. I would just straight up test it out right now, but I don't think I have enough rank 2s. I think they're all rank 3. Aside from Thanos here. Yeah, they're all rank 3. Rank 2 just need high power index. That's a possibility. Oh, Alex is saying rank 2 level 20 are fine. I use them. It might be a situation where only the higher PI ones work and the others don't. But I'm pretty sure I did it back in the day when I was grinding for champions, before 5 stars were added to the arenas. Yeah, man. I wish I could confirm a little bit better for you, but we do have some answers in the chat. Might be one of those things where, even though you don't want to kind of test it out, might have to. Oh, we got Chris saying, I'll try now. I finished the arena. Okay. Try, Chris, if possible, try with your, if you have a higher PI group of 220s and then a lower group. If possible. Thanos sent it over 2 saying, what the frick, BG? Why am I not ranked? Dude. Because even a rank 1, level 1 Thanos is stronger than a rank 3, 6-star Sig 200 Ghost. So, you know. Champs has to be at least rank 3, you damned fool. Could be. I just used 3 rank 2 4-star and it was fine. There's so many mixed answers. When it comes to Thanos though, for real, I'm waiting to pull him again before I rank him up. I've had him for a very long time, but he's my trophy from 5.4. I need to naturally awaken him before I can rank him up. No reason why, it's just, I don't know, man. That's the way my brain is. Deal with it. Struck by Saber, set it over 2, saying, what's your passion or hobby besides MCOC? I guess it would just be man, it's video games in general. Like, I really want to make games, so even though it really feels weird saying it because, well, I've never successfully made a video game. I do still spend a bunch of time looking into, like, you know, just like watching videos about how to make them, different concepts, thinking about them. It's just, I don't know, man. Games have just always been stuck in my brain. Aside from that, aside from just video games in general, it's drumming. And sadly, drumming is something that I haven't done in like 2 years. But I used to drum every single day. And I still love to watch drum videos and stuff like that. I'm just not really in a good place to drum right now in this apartment that I'm in. But yeah, those are number 1 and number 2. Outside of that, I don't know if I could call anything, if anything hits that like passion level, but of course there's other things that I like. There's a million different things that I like. Everything from like drawing to skiing to, I don't know, anything in between, but yeah. And eating beans. Add that to the passion list. Okay. Arjun, I think you said before that that wasn't totally correct on how to say your name, but it wasn't that far off, so thank you very much for the buck. I think that was you that said that to me at least. Saying thoughts on 6.2 champion nerf. If you don't know about it, check the forum, and also hello. I don't know about it. Did they just announce this, or was this? Is it in the short-term roadmap thing here? Whoops. Yeah, there's no mention of champion in this. I'm guessing it's in some other part of the forum. It's on Star's Twitter. Hang on. Finding. Locating. Okay. Yes, Act 6 is being looked at, but we don't know how just yet. I know we're going to get pause. A lot of feedback here. So I should. Oh man, that was kind of a dick thing to pause. All right, anyway. So I should let you know that first and foremost, we're looking at the champion 6.2.6 boss. We want him to remain a difficult fight, but with Book 2 on the horizon, no established date, and the overwhelming positive reception of the Grandmaster fight, we know that we need to go back and take a look at this fight. Before anybody asks, I don't have any more info on the fight, or if there would be compensation. Okay, so there's not really much to comment on, because we don't really have any info here, other than they're gonna change it. So I don't really have much to say about it. I have talked about it in the past, how I really like that fight. I know a lot of people hate that fight. I really like that fight. What I would prefer to see, and this goes for pretty much all content, is to tone down the level of difficulty of it, but then essentially have a challenge mode that allows you to ramp up the difficulty for some other type of bonus reward. And by bonus reward, I mean something that's not going to affect your progression. So in other games, you know, they do this through, like, you know, skins for your characters and stuff. And I'm not saying that that's what they should do for MCOC, but if they could just give you like a little badge in your profile that says, hey, you completed this challenge, like an achievement system, I guess, but don't call it specifically an achievement system, right? They could just have different things like that, profile pictures, titles, but honestly, I'd rather see it in the profile. They mentioned at Comic-Con last year that they kind of wanted a way for people to show things off better in game, because I don't know, profile pictures and titles, but if they just had something where you could look up somebody's profile and it tells you a little bit more about their journey in this game, you know, different challenges and accomplishments that they've done and stuff like that, I think that'd be really cool. Because yeah, I don't want people to get stuck in the game as much as it seems like they either are just stuck at the champion or just hate the fight so much they don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to see that. But I also, like I said, I actually really like that fight. What I specifically liked about the champion fight is that you had to learn it. There's no way around it. You had to learn how to do the fight. In 99% of the fights in this game, you can fail and then just pop a revive and continue where you left off. And I kind of made the comparison once to this. Hold on. To Super Mario Brothers, where, okay, you're Mario, right? You're running along, you hit this Goomba. In Mario, okay, you start over. The game doesn't let you pass until you jump the Goomba. But in MCOC, it's like, okay, you run, you hit the Goomba, you die, and you pop a revive, and you start, like, right here, you know, and you just, like, continue forward. And that's cool, man. I like that. But I also like sometimes having to figure it out, or you're stuck. But again, I don't want people to get stuck in their progression. I want that to be a bonus. I want that to be an extra challenge content. And then if you're able to beat that extra challenge, then you're hit with that sort of cosmetic-y type of bonus to your account. Something that you don't need to do in order to keep up with everybody, but just something that just something to go after, you know, something to keep players engaged who would be bored otherwise. So yeah, I don't know what the change is going to be, but that's kind of my thoughts on just difficulty in this game overall. VG1790 sent over 2 saying, read last please. Okay, will do. Thank you very much for the 2. Saying, hey BG, you are one of the reasons why I still play MCOC. Thank you so much, man. Keep it up. The day you finally pull a Doom or a Ghost, I will be just as happy as you and everyone else in the chat. Well, thank you, man. That's very kind of you to say, dude. Thank you very much for the support. I'll be very happy indeed if that day ever comes. I feel like the ship is already sailed on Ghost. I probably will never get a Ghost for some reason, but Doom I still have my hopes up for. Possibly mistakenly, but I still have my hopes up for him. But yeah, dude, thank you for the 2. Definitely appreciate that. Cairo also sent it over $1. Cairo, thank you, man. Saying, BG, have you ever been approached by someone who you don't know and is just a fan? No. I would have to be outside for that to happen, first off, so impossible. The closest that it's ever had... Well, okay, so at Comic-Con, yes. But that's it. And of course, we're at an MCOC booth, right? The entire community's there, and there's a lot of people that, like, I know your names, and like if you say your name, I'm like, oh, cool, man, what's up? But of course, I don't know what you guys look like, so yeah, Comic-Con has happened. The closest thing outside of Comic-Con was technically still Comic-Con. It was the first ever meetup. It was like an official meetup that Kabam hosted. And I'd never shown my face before, so nobody knew who I looked like. I didn't have... not that many people saw my channel anyway. I'm still very new to MCOC and YouTube and all that. But I did a stream with Seaton, because Seaton didn't go to that Comic-Con, but we did like a Skype call, pretty much. I gave him a little tour of the booth, and he uploaded that video, and that was the first time anybody saw my face. And then at like the meetup that weekend, someone was like, "Hey man, saw you on Seaton's channel," and that was it. That was the only time. That was the closest it's ever happened. But dude, thank you for the buck. Appreciate it, man. Yash sending over another 40 rupees saying, "How do you do infinite streak in the 4-star basic? Video is old." The video is old, but in the 4-star basic, all the information there is still totally valid. Because back then there were only 2 arenas. It was a 3-star arena and a 4-star arena. And the 4-star arena back then became the 4-star basic arena today. And then Kabam just kind of added on top of that. So the info is still valid. Off the top of my head, I can't tell you all of the info that's in that video, just because it's been a long time since I've used anything outside of like max level champions in the 4-star basic or 440s. But it's very like all the arenas are very similar. You basically just like your first 10 rounds just use low-level champions, or for the 4-star basic specifically, toss in like some 3-star champions or something like that. And then you really just want to use your top champions, especially for like the next 8 rounds or so. You really only want to rely on your top champions. If you don't have, let's say, 8 teams of 440 champions or higher, then you might have to break it up into different groups. Where let's say you have 6 champions that are rank 4 or higher. Okay, run, so that's 2 rounds right there, right? So you run both of those and then wait. 2 hours later, run them again, wait again. And then once you're up to, I don't remember the exact number, I always forget if it's like 18 or 19 or maybe even 17. After you hit that point, then you can more safely use your 330s and your 3-star champions and all that stuff. But yeah, I know the video looks old and outdated and stuff like that, but the info, it is still good. And it is going to be better info than I can give you off the top of my head. But Yash, thank you for the 40 rupees. Hope that helps. BG, you have a surplus of Catalyst expiring, but not much ISO. What's the best way to get ISO other than Arena? There's not too many ways, man. Popping open crystals is basically the best way to get ISO. Whether you buy the crystals with units or farm them from the arena or other quests, like that's the best way. You don't really get much for ISO, just from completing quests and getting like the gray generic ISO bricks. They're pretty weak. And sure, they add up, and you know, a decent chunk of your ISO comes from that, but the vast majority of your ISO comes from duplicating champions. I've answered like 3 or 4 questions in here a couple times, but they're zombie questions. They just keep coming. Oh man, guys, if you're asking questions, I'll try my best to help, but please do not ignore the other people in here that can help you out, because we got some really knowledgeable people in here, man. Just because Just because I have a camera pointed at me doesn't mean I'm any smarter than anybody else in here, you know? Some super knowledgeable people. The main thing I think they should look at for the champion is the no retreat node. If they fix that, I think that's addressing the major concern. That's the biggest thing, I would say, Dragon. Yeah. I think the no retreat should have fallen in the category of bonus challenge content. But maybe some other parts of the fight too, you know? Because I don't think that's the only thing that troubles players. I mean, I know for sure it's not the only thing that troubles players, but of course, like, you can only do so much before you take away all the challenge, so I don't want this. Oh, that's why it was hurting my nose so much. The little thing that's like on, you know, that touches my nose just fell off as I moved my glasses. Crap, man, where'd that go? I felt it drop down. Oh, God. I'll have to get that after the stream, I guess. Oh, man. Not my glasses. But yeah. Well, I'm curious to see what they do. It'll be interesting. Tom sending over Buck with the upside down face. Tom, what is this? Where are you at? Just to be clear, if you pull a Doom or Ghost, I will not be happy. Wow. You don't deserve them. I live to see you struggle. Thanks. Wow, dude. It's messed up, man. It's messed up for two reasons. One, you assume that I won't struggle just because I have these champions. I will still struggle. And two, I wish nothing for the best for you, Tom, and I've never said anything bad to you or about you or anything at all. I've only had nice, positive, heartwarming comments to say about you. Ever. So. Would suggest going to 3.5 to be safe. Is that for Doom? I don't know if that'd be safe. Safe is a funny word when it comes to the arena, just because we really have no idea. It's possible that could be really good, but be careful. If you really want Doom, you're gonna have to play like you want him and just put that time in. Go a little bit overboard, or wait until round 2 to see what, you know, give a better approximation of what you know, the scores that we see in round 1 will indicate what round 2 is gonna look like. Apu Das sent over 40 rupees. Apu Das, thank you, man. Where you at? If you're talking about learning a fight, then I would agree with Flag's suggestion of a node directly to the champion to learn the fight, like the Act 4 Venom. Yeah. So I've got mixed feelings. Sometimes I like stuff like that. I really liked it for the Thanos fight. And maybe some others, but I think, like, I don't know, it gives a different feel to the game. Like, if you just get an infinite number of times to practice and stuff like that, I don't know, sometimes it's good, but sometimes I kind of rather the game just be like, okay, you know, this is what makes the fight hard, is that you don't have an infinite amount of times to practice. I really want to find this thing about my glasses that fell. It's bothering the crap out of me, but all right, I'll have to get it later. I thought I could maybe find it real quick. I'm like digging around under my butt here trying to find it. All right, but anyway, like, that's part of what makes it difficult. You know, like, I remember people were asking for ways to fight the Labyrinth of Legends bosses individually. And those bosses really aren't that tough. Like, you know, don't get me wrong, they're still tough fights, and, you know, especially at the time when the best we had was rank 4 champions, and we're not talking about the likes of Aegon or Ghost or even Blade, right? So they were tough fights, and even tougher at the time. But like, that's part of what kind of builds up that anticipation as you get there. If you have all the time in the world to just like practice and go in and stuff like that, again, sometimes it's fun, and sometimes I like it for maybe like the really complicated fights, like that Thanos we had. But the champion boss fight, it's not that complicated. So I don't know. I got mixed feelings about stuff like that. Just like that Venom. That Venom is really... He's just a Venom. He's got a few extra buffs than he can normally get to. But otherwise, he's just a high stat Venom for that level of content. Super Dirty Pickles, sending over 5, saying, I'm way smarter than BG. Everyone says so. He did 6.2 itemless. That's cute. I mowed my lawn mowerless. Now, who do you want to answer your question? Whoa, dude. Super Dirty Pickle, are you serious? You did it mowerless? I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Super Dirty Pickle. It's incredible, man. Thank you for the 5. BG, you didn't read my joke. Oh man, Donut Cop. Am I gonna regret this? Am I gonna regret going back to read your joke? I'm gonna do it as soon as I get out of this fight, because I feel like I'm dying here. Get out of my face. There we go. Okay. BG, what's the difference between a hippo and a zippo? One is really heavy, and the other is a little lighter. Oh, I regret it. Boo, Donut Cop. Boo. See, Tom, this is why I had to lie and say that I never said anything nice. Because you recruit everyone in here to be part of your joke army. People that I really like, I have to boo. You know how that makes me feel? But Dragon said it over 2 as well. Dragon, thank you very much. Saying, pulled a 2-star domino. Finally, yes, Dragon. It's about time. Congrats. It's the little things in this game. Very nice. Dragon, thank you for the 2. Congrats on your 2-star domino. These standards are getting longer and longer. Yeah, I know. What is it? One day just didn't stop. What day is coming soon? I can't help it, man. I used to be like, if you look at my old videos, I think I used to be able to make some that were only like a few minutes long. Nowadays, it's lucky if they're under an hour long. Stroke of my saber, sending over 2, saying hashtag join Tom's army. Stroke of my saber, why? They have free will, BG. Maybe they just don't like you. Might be the harsh reality that I needed to hear right there. Donut Cop, set it over 5. With the sad banana. Or wait. No, that was a sad banana before I read your last. Oh, I see. There was one after that saying, for Tom's army of jokers. Oh, man. Well, Donut Cop, thank you for the 5, dude. Super Dirty Pickle, sending over a buck, saying, BG, tell Kyle about Mysterio, please. He's so patient and deserves this knowledge more than anything. Let's give it to him. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Kyle asking about Mysterio. Let me see your specific question here. BG, I pulled 5-star Mysterio today. Where does he rank among other tech champs? Okay, so Mysterio is a bit of an odd one. Hold that thought. Hold on. Pete, you sent over 25 with no message? Does it join the other 4 Lokis up there? What is happening, dude? Kyle's probably slamming the desk right now. Like, no! You're finally going to talk about Mysterio. I'm sorry, man, but Pete! Dude, thank you. No message, dude. But you're up there. We got four Lokis. Okay. Mysterio. So, compared to the other tech champions, we're going to go to Aunt May. We're really going to try to give you the answer that you deserve. Okay. Compared to the other tech champions. So, I don't think he's quite as... Like, first off, I regard Ghost as just the strongest champion in the game. So, of course, I don't regard Mysterio as strong as Ghost. But even beyond that, I would say... if I were trying to, like, rank them in no particular order, just champions that I feel are more useful than Mysterio, it would be Ghost. Guillotine, probably. I don't have the experience, but I would say probably. Hulkbuster post-buff. If you haven't done the variants yet. If you've done the variants, then I would maybe say Mysterio I would prefer to have. But like variant 2 and variant 3, this guy will do an amazing job. I don't know about Infinity Man. Sentinel, Stark, Spidey, both of these I would favor over Mysterio. For the average situation, at least. And Warlock. So I do think that there's quite a few champions that I'd prefer to have other than Warlock. But there are some pretty unique things that this guy can do. And some situations, you know, I'm grateful that I've had him ranked up. Let's talk about some of those abilities. So something that I thought was going to come into play much more frequently that hasn't in that many situations, but it has a couple of times, is, here we go, the passive heal block. So he has a passive heal block if you end your combo with a light attack compared to a medium. The way that Mysterio generally works is that ending your combo with a medium gives you gas charges, or if you're awakened, you gain gas charges naturally over time. And then with these gas charges, it enhances the different abilities that Mysterio has. So he's got a heal block with the ending in light attack. On his heavy attack, he poisons the opponent. Special one, it has like a damage reflect type of phase to it. I see it more as a defensive tool than anything. There are a few times... I did make like a Mysterio highlight video, taking him through Variant 3 that I recommend checking out, where I was able to take advantage of the special one thing offensively some, but it's weird because it's kind of a safety net ability that allows you to, like, a short duration, the hits that you take the damage, but as long as you can survive, you will heal that damage and reflect it to the opponent. So it's like an odd little safety net that's, what, you're supposed to intentionally get hit after using the special one? You could end up dying like that. So I don't really like the special one too much. The special 2 has a bit of a power drain to it, and also the opponent's miss. So again, I feel like these are more defensive things where if you're fighting against Mysterio and he pops the special 1 or special 2, you have to alter your playstyle in order to continue on fighting Mysterio. I didn't really see it as too much of an offensive ability. And then the special 3, that is like his offensive damage increasing type of ability. You gain a monster amount of attack. This is a little bit... Let's see if let's go to the 5-star, rank 5. So 565, you gain nearly 7,000 attack, and the potency of poisons is increased. it's kind of hard to take advantage of the increased poison potency because you consume all the gas charges that you have to increase the duration on this Fury. So then what you have to do is post special 3, do lots of just like double medium attacks, or have very high sig level that you're gaining these poisons back. That way you can do a heavy attack to inflict poison on the opponent. So all this to say that he's just okay. that's kind of the short answer. He's just okay. He has some defensive tools, yet he's not the most annoying to fight on defense. And he's got some offensive tools that make him kind of strong, while also not making him the strongest. He's also poison immune unless his armor broken. So he has that utility. He works well enough with suicides because of that. And then one of his best synergies here is called Mental Immunity. When paired up with Emma Frost, both of these champions will gain complete immunity to reverse controls. So some people pair these two up to take on like the reverse controls path in Alliance War, or against the Grandmaster, or anywhere that reverse controls would come into play. I hope that answers your question. If you want to see more about Mysterio, I did make it's I don't know, it's like a 15 or 20 minute video, little highlight reel of me using Mysterio in Variant 3. So real content and not just like, trying to find specific places to show him off. I mean, I was trying to find specific use cases for him, but yeah. But yeah, I hope that helps. So strong, but not. I wouldn't put him at the anywhere near the top of the list for tech champions. I think I skipped over Darkhawk. Now that I think about it too, Darkhawk I would also say, when like fully sigged up and stuff, stronger than Mysterio. Pete, I'm trying to see if you had another message. You don't really. You just had your message just NP. No problem. Pete, thank you, man. Thank you again. This wall is sexy? Dude, it's almost too sexy for my shirt, if you know what I mean. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. She's answered that question like 10 times since the stream started. Did I? What question are we talking about? Did you answer? Man, been asking from time the stream started. Get 3.3 mil, get Doom. That will be approximately what I get by the end. So, I've got my predicted cutoffs in the description now. I'll flash to it right here, though. So, that's what I'm guessing the cutoff will be. It's just a guess, though, for one. So I don't know for sure what he's going to go for. And the second thing is, like, when I say cutoff prediction, I mean exactly that. I'm trying to guess the lowest possible score that the champion's going to go for. You don't want to shoot for the lowest possible score, like, because, again, you could go higher. So do I think 3.3 million is enough? I do, I guess, sort of, just barely. But I would recommend going higher than that. Really enjoy huge Brian face mode, do you? Should I keep it like that? Should I just stay like this forever? This is the new stream, guys. What do you think? BG, have you got the update announced by Kabam? Also, what do you think about the hard work and units spent with the exploration rewards given to us? Wait, hold on. I got the update announced by Kabam. Also, what do you think about the hard work and units spent with the exploration rewards given to us? Which exploration rewards are you talking about? Are you talking about, like, the Abyss? Because I know the Abyss rewards are changing. I saw the update announcement, though, yeah. I don't know what the rewards are changing, too. You should read Fabuki's last. Okay. Let me see. I don't know why Marvel hasn't tried to advertise on the Hulk. He's a giant banner after all. Abdo, here I thought you were asking me to read someone's last who was asking a question about the game. Maybe really just needed some help, needed maybe something I can offer a unique perspective on based on the champions that I play or something. This wasn't the case. Boo. Tweet? Sure, what do we got on the Tweeterverse? What should be my team for doing 6.2.6? Ghost and Wasp are mandatory. Hold that thought. We got some units. We don't. Okay, for 6.2.6, I can't tell you your team, dude. It depends on the path that you take. Everything in 6.2 is path dependent. When it comes to the boss, you know, I can give you maybe some advice on the boss, but I don't know if Claire is as good anymore since she can't heal when the champion doesn't take damage. But of course, it's preferable to have either like She-Hulk or one of the Mystic champions. Morningstar can do the fight unawakened, so you might want to bring Morningstar. Might be overlooking some of the other options that you have here, but I don't see a ton of options for the champion boss itself. But yeah, man, I can't tell you all. You just got to look at the path and pick counters to the fights. Like when it comes to 6.2 and beyond, you got to plan for the path. I can get to the champion with a ghost. All right, and you just got to bring in champions that counter the champion. That's it. BG Kenobi is hacking. Do they have 0 deaths at the moment? Are you facing them right now? Hey, I've seen that person comment before, and that was a good pun, so I wanted to make them feel welcome. Well, I can't fault you for that, Abdo, but at the same time, I completely fault you for that, and I boo you for getting me to read the joke. Alright, on that note, though, guys, it's going to be a little bit late. I really wish I could have played Incursions today, but the whole computer issue thing I was having, which luckily is resolved, prevented that. But tomorrow, we're back on. Hopefully, man, this is like the 3rd time that Legacy and I had to postpone an Incursion run. This is part of the... Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of a unique problem since we want to stream it. But hey, I mean, that's kind of how it goes. Anytime there's like a team-based thing, like, it's not always that easy to line up schedules with a partner. Part of the reason why I do think they should maybe change up the rewards a little bit, make the mode a little bit more enticing, something like that. I don't know. Thanos sent it over too, saying Tom's last about Hulk. Okay. Where's Tom's last? Hunter, that's fine. I'll leave the army to end you. That can't be your last, is it? BG, do you know why Bruce Banner doesn't rip his pants when he transforms into the Hulk? Because all those scientific experiments altered his genes. Boo. I see Thanos just laughing his ass off, saying Tom is the joke goat. See, this is the problem. It's not just you amp him up too much. Damn it. This is why he gets so strong, guys. This is how he becomes unstoppable. But Thanos, thank you for the 2. BG, I referred to all the exploration rewards because for free-to-play players it's hard to put units and energy. Just overall in the game, you're saying, for like exploring everything? I don't know, man. There might be certain things where I feel like the rewards aren't the maybe as good as they should be or something, but I don't know. Overall, no, overall I like the kind of reward system for exploring quests. Usually the quests I'm pretty happy with. It's certain other things like the incursions or Alliance War, I feel like... Well, actually, I mean, it's not even the rewards for Alliance War. I just feel like it's the cost. But otherwise, the rewards would be okay if the cost wasn't so high. Both time cost and unit value cost. But no, man, I think for the most part, rewards, like... There's a lot of things in this game that if I was just given like a magic wand that I could just, you know, make changes like that. Oh, dude, I would be changing things left and right. But rewards actually isn't one of them. For the most part, I like the rewards. Okay, it is getting late though, guys. I am gonna head out of here. Pickle, you are dead to me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright. Tom's getting way too much play in here. We gotta do something about this. I sort of feel like I was the funny, cool dude around here. But here comes this jokey bastard. Yes. Yes. These are now my recruits. Wait, Tom says he's gonna knight me, though. Is this a thing? No, 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 no. Super Dirty Pickle, did I just lose you to Tom again? Oh, man. God. Alright. I'm gonna go before this gets worse. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Super big shout out to all the 4 Loki dudes up there, man. The 4 Loki dudes. A lot of taters. Jason, Enzo, Pete. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone else too. There was a bunch of other super chats and all that. Yeah, man, the support. It's crazy, guys. Thank you very much. But I'll be back. So the plan is for approximately 2 p.m. Pacific, so in about 14 hours from now, to do an incursion run with lags. We're going to try to push it, see how far we can go, but, you know, we might be a little bit late. We'll see. And then, of course, we'll be back normal time. But, alright, I will see you guys Buying you back? Well, Wally, it's working. I do. Oh man, I really I do miss the 4 Loki guys, man. But anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, everybody.